Hey guys, you remember me? I am Angry Birds Freeze King, also known, well, no, I am, sorry, that was bad. Hello everyone, I am the modern insulator collector, also known as Angry Birds Freeze King, and I am out here right now to get a really rare and really exotic insulator. Just gotta get my tools out. So as you can see, they had an old train track right here, and they tore it up. And I'm on a dirt road if you're wondering. And yeah, so there was a train track running right here, and what they did, I guess, is they just tore it up. You can see where the old sleepers were. They tore it up, I think, like 5 years ago now. And I'm up in Michigan. Right now I'm on vacation, I guess, because we just finished third quarter. And yeah, so look at that. There's actually private property right here, so I'm gonna kind of go and get out. But, because I don't know, I really don't know. I've been here before, but like I don't know these people. So, yeah. One thing I like about these poles right here is they have some multi-piece insulators. Right here. Well, not that one. That one's put up like a long time ago. They got, let me get a little closer. They got multi-piece, and they're actually 3-parters, and those are actually really, really rare insulators. There's not very many of them around. If you guys are insulator collectors, I'm sure you've seen the 2-parters everywhere. They're very, very common, but the 3-parters aren't, and the 4-parts are very hard. At least in the on the east side of the country, they're not very easy. I know if you go to like South Carolina, there's plenty of poles with 3-parters, but yeah, here in Michigan, it is rare to see those. And these are some of the last poles. I'm gonna take some photographs before I go too, because I love photographs of my favorite types of power lines. So, and yeah, and I know you guys, just so you know, just so you guys can have an update on my insulator collection video, our basement is currently under a big remodel, so it's gonna take like almost a year to get it done. So until then, I cannot do my third collection video. But there's plenty of insulators I've been getting recently, and I'm sure you guys are all very excited. I have way more than I had the last video, and definitely way more than I had the first video. I didn't have, I mean, now I need like a warehouse to put all my stuff in. Look at that. Is that cool? Just so I can sound like a jerk. I'll sound like a jerk for a minute. I don't tell people where I'm going to get insulators because, unfortunately, some people like to get rare insulators, and they don't care about the passion of collecting them and the beauty and the history that they have. Some people only care about selling them because people want money, and I believe that's really wrong, especially since this is such a good hobby, and it really ruins the point of collecting insulators, because as you can see, that's chipped right there on the right side. It's too bad. But yeah, some people just don't care for insulator collecting. They only care about it so they can sell it and get good money off, and I believe that's wrong. So anyway, what that has to do with where I'm at is, if I give someone the location, they might come and take the insulator, and they might be greedy enough to sell it and probably get a good profit off it, probably for something stupid anyway. I mean, yeah, I don't like greedy people. I'm not a greedy person. I do this insulator collecting because I enjoy the history and I enjoy the fun of finding insulators. So yeah, so anyway, these poles right here that I'm currently walking by, what they have done is they have actually replaced some poles, and I can give you a little hint on some stuff I got from here. I actually got a couple things. I think these poles have some history. I think, because see, this is just a normal 3-phase right here that goes to people's houses, you know? Like it's not like high voltage, this is a regular 3-phase. I don't know what a standard voltage, you know, to go to a house would be, but yeah, because I'm not that smart right now, but and you can tell it is because they got the ground wire on the bottom, so this isn't like an actual high voltage. These aren't real high voltage power lines. So I think what they had before is another 3-phase below the cross member set, and they took it down because I've seen some pin insulators that are really old. I think just as old as these insulators. And they've actually thrown them on the ground. Some of the multi-pieces have been thrown. Unfortunately, they broke them, and I know that because I've been through here. And yeah, they decided to use this as the 3-phase because these poles right here, if this was a high voltage 3-phase, they'd be putting the big stubby insulators that are called pin top insulators. They don't use those here in Michigan. In Ohio, where I live, they use pin top insulators on every power line. So you can see my car way back there. Just like I do drive now, so I can go out and do stuff. All right. Here is the pole with the insulator. Alright, I actually don't have boots on. My boots got wet, so this is going to be a struggle. Alright, real quick, as I'm doing this, all shout out to Bariac Maniac. He is an awesome person. He actually lives here, I think he lives here in Michigan. So, yeah, shout out to him. He's cool. He does a lot of cool videos. I know I'm like not very explaining this very well right now, but like it's hard when you gotta go. And the worst part is I'm wearing socks, which actually was a poor choice because there's actually thorns right here, and I have to climb down last time. Oh, I'm gonna be stepping on all that. We gotta be careful. Well, you know what I can do? I'm gonna have to set the camera down. Let me real quick. Let me pause and get all this brush out of my way so I don't hurt myself, and we will resume on the video. All right, guys. Well, I'm having so much trouble, but here's a broken piece of one of those multi-pieces. But if I zoom in right here, now I wonder if that's a cross member right there. I want to go take a look at that. Well, there are more insulators in there, but let me zoom in real fast. See that? That is a rare elephant air insulator. Let me set the camera down once more. See, my boot, without boots, I can't step on thorns. Now my feet are like fragile, so I have to like shove everything out of the way. And then I can just push through all this brush right here. That's just bush branches. They don't hurt. They just poke you. They don't actually stab into your skin. Yeah. Just some advice when insulator hunting. Always wear good shoes. And there's actually a better way to get out of here. I'm definitely take that way. Look at that. And there's like thorn plants hiding. There's a multi-piece actually right there. I'm wondering if it's in good shape. I'll go ahead and take it if it is. Anyway, I was here last weekend and I couldn't get this because I didn't have my tools on me. So let's grab that. Actually, I'm gonna make it easy by just cutting it right here. And I can look at that. This insulator right here, guys, is called an elephant ear insulator. They are very rare. They're the rarest of their kind. And I don't know who made them. I doubt brand name. I'm gonna see if we can get this. I actually see this last time. But I think it's worth getting. Yep. No. Where's the chunk? There's a chunk of it missing. Let me see if it's here. Oh, unfortunately, I have one. I'll give you some spoilers real quick. I actually got one, and I actually had to glue it back together. But unfortunately, now I'm getting scratched like really bad. Unfortunately, this guy. Oh yeah. Oh. Look at that. It's actually the same one as I have. Unless I know where the chunks are, I don't want it. Broken. Right. Now the one that I got, which I'll talk about. The one I got, it was in full shape, but when it was stuck in the ground, and then when I picked it out, it actually kind of fell apart in chunks, not in pieces, in chunks. The old cross members laying right here. That's why I'm wondering if there's anything here. No, I don't see anything else. Oh, that's a trail right here. Alright, we're gonna leave, because, yeah. I didn't see that last time. If you guys, for all you people who like insulator hunting, why don't you become a lineman? Because that's what I'm going to be doing. And you will get free insulators. If they're as long as they're taking them down. Now, sometimes they reuse them. So don't worry if they're going to reuse them. That's perfectly fine. As long as they're not being thrown out, I guess. It's okay. It's really only reason I came here for this. Yeah, we need to get out. Right there. Go back. Now the camera is all weird. I'm sorry. It's difficult to walk when you don't have boots on. Yeah, I was on my way here and then I just realized I don't have boots. Put that down. Put that off. Oh man. Sure it's stepped in the right place. Okay, we are in the safe zone. Finally. And then when we get home, I'll take a good look at this insulator. I'm gonna come back another time, but I only came this time to get the insulator. That's all I really... Oops, sorry, I'm scratching my head. That's all I really wanted. Okay. So I got this guy. This is called a elephant ear insulator. I think that's what they call it. And they're actually kind of rare. There are very few of them. I know there are very few places here in Michigan where I do know of some located. There's actually one, the town I'm staying at, there's actually a pole with two of them outside. And these are used as like tension insulators. So like you've seen those like square shape, they're called Johnny Bolt type insulators. They are used as that. So they're used for the guide wires to hold the poles steady. If they're like starting off or if they're, you know, like on a curve or something. So that's what they're for. And yeah, they're really weirdly shaped. And that's what makes them special, and they're very old too. What a camera. Here's the pole. Yeah, my car's way up there. You guys would be so jealous of my car. You know, that's not part of the video. I'll take some photographs too of the poles. I'm gonna take some photographs. Take some selfies. We'll take some selfies with the poles, not photographs. It's called selfies. Selfies are more fun because you are involved in the picture. Yeah, even though that insulator is broken, since those insulators are rated for very high voltage, and this is only a low voltage three-phase system, that little chip's not going to affect anything if it rains. So, yeah. I went down to Tennessee this weekend. Not this weekend. Fuck. Don't listen to me. No, it's not right. I went down to Tennessee. I think it was a month ago now, because my grandpa actually just passed away. When we were on the way down there, I saw some really awesome poles, and I might take some photos too of those, and we'll definitely am, because the insulators that are there are also multi-pieces. The poles actually look like these ones. They look a lot like these ones, but the thing about the insulators is they're actually they have the 3-parters, and they actually have 4-parters, and 4-parters are more, actually 4-parters are even rarer than these insulators. So I'm actually gonna stop, take a photo real quick. This is a good pole. So let me just stop, take a photograph. Can I do shots while I'm recording? Nope. This is set, guys. Let me stop. Alright, guys. Whoops. No, that's over. Yeah, and I'm gonna display the photo I took too. The photos I just took right in that little shot. So where I just cut the video off, you'll see the photos, and then it'll be back to me talking, which is what I'm currently doing right now. Yeah, this pole right here, they didn't put this up recently. You can tell because the poles they put up here, they oil them. They don't make them green. I don't know why they don't do that. The green ones last a lot longer. I don't think they really care. But anyway, this pole, it may look like it was put up a couple years ago, but this pole was actually put up, I think, back in like it was put up a long time ago. This pole has been here like forever. I was born in 2000. I remember seeing this pole when I was like 4 years old. So this pole right here, as you can see, they replaced the lightning arrestor. I got some awesome lightning arresters I'll be showing you guys too, by the way. But yeah, that pole's been there forever. Some of the poles that you'll see that they have replaced, and the insulators here have definitely been replaced. I know they had something different before, but yeah, that pole's been there. Some of the poles they replaced have been here for a long time, and then some of them, they actually just replaced a couple of them recently because I guess when we have all that, you guys had all that snow up here in Michigan, it just, I don't know, something broke. Well, actually, I do know why. The poles they replaced, the cross member on one of them has been leaning. They got like a 2-parter and then a 3-parter on the other side of the cross member, and it was like leaning. So I guess it just got weak and broke. And the other 2 poles kind of broke with it. So yeah, photograph time. We're gonna take a photograph of that, but not right now. I feel like photograph is such an old word, don't you guys? Anyway, I'm gonna take some photos, get home, and then I will show you this insulator once it's all clean, and probably not gonna get you other clean. So yeah, I'll see you when I get home. Hey, and we are back. Sorry, just so you know, this video is actually, I think, maybe like a week late. Oh my gosh. Who cares? Okay. Here's the insulator. We're gonna go up my room because I'm also gonna show you another thing. I'm gonna update you guys on what's going on and when my next insulator video will be. And just so you guys know, I'm now currently on spring break. And let's go in my room. Hey, there it is. Move that out of the way. So yeah, so that day when I was taking that video, I was getting this insulator. This beautiful guy. This elephant ear insulator, which is not actually what it's called, but it's what we call it. This is pretty much like your tension insulator, and I'll take it downstairs in a sec too. And let me show you this thing. So that one multi-piece you just saw in the video, in the last clip, that one was broke. And this one I actually have right here. Get the light. Turn on the light. Sorry. Got stickers and stuff laying around. My model trains, why isn't this lamp working? Okay. This was actually with all that stuff, and I actually had gone a week before. I had just went back, and this insulator right here. Unfortunately, I don't know the brand name of this insulator, but this is now, I think, at least the second one of these I have in my collection. But this is the first one I found on my own, abandoned, near some right next to some still in service poles. And this thing actually had the glue back together, and the only reason why, sorry, I actually decided to take the time to glue this back together is because this insulator was worth gluing back together, because now this insulator was on a cross member with another one downstairs, and I'll show you in a sec. Sorry for the terrible camera angle. This insulator was connected to a cross member that was just thrown on the ground after they had put the new one up. And as you guys probably know, this year we've been having a lot of flooding, so this was actually kind of in some water, and unfortunately that water froze, and this insulator actually got fractured. It got fractured, and the pieces actually came apart. Luckily they came apart in chunks, and as you can see, you see where the glue line is, where the crack was. So the top part's not broken, but this part is, and then you'll see another split right here. I went ahead and put some special Gorilla epoxy glue on it, but since this came apart in chunks and it didn't like shatter or anything, I decided it'd probably be worth putting this one back together, since these are since these insulators are really hard to get on these triple parters. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen the two-parters. Those are so easy to get, especially here in Cincinnati, since they're taking down a lot of poles anyway. But these right here are very hard to find. I know there's lots of them in South Carolina, still up on some poles. There's quite a few in Michigan. If any of you people live in Michigan and you collect insulators and you see them taking down these insulators or like replacing the poles, go up and ask for these insulators, because especially the ones in Michigan I think are very special. So I'm just letting you know. And there's some down in Tennessee, and I know there's plenty of other states out west and stuff. And if any of you guys out west are watching this and you see any of these three-parters being taken down, and they're like white ones, definitely get them or ask the people if you can have them, because those ones are especially really rare and hard to find. And those were probably, I think, made in like the 60s or the 70s when they just started making white glaze insulators. But those were a lot harder to get because they didn't really make very many of them, and they kind of stopped using this three-parter design. They kind of went to their traditional two-parter design. But if you see anyone taking these down, please be please be willing to ask the have those. If you like to collect insulators, ask them for them, because these insulators are hard to get. Now, if you see any four-parters, or if you see that they are four-parters and you collect insulators, you have to ask them for those, because those insulators are really hard to find, and we all like to collect insulators and preserve this history. So I am trying to promote saving these insulators as much as possible, because these insulators right here, especially these three-parters, are really hard to get. And unfortunately here in Ohio, and I live right next to Indiana too, unfortunately here we don't have those types of we have old multi-pieces, but we don't get three-parters here. So I don't get to go to Michigan very often. I don't get to see them as much as I used to when I was younger, because I used to live in Michigan. But anyway, back to this insulator. So yeah, so this doesn't have a brand name, and I can review actually real quick. Yeah, it's quite nice. I really like it. And it has some lightning damage right here. Other than it being broken, I really do like this insulator, and I think it was really worth taking the time to fix. And these ones are actually really neat, especially the ones in Michigan, because there's different shades of glaze. Like the one you saw in the video, I think was had like two shades of red on each layer, and on the bottom one was like a brown, I think, like this. Now the one I have right here, this is like a really dark red, almost like darker than maroon. And then this is an olive, and then this is like a olive brown mix right here. And yeah, I like this insulator a lot, and I will definitely be reviewing it in my third insulator video, and I will get to that in a sec. And then this guy right here, unfortunately this does not have a brand name, but I think you can actually find a lot of websites online if you look up Power Line History that actually talks about these insulators. These ones are very special. The only state I've really seen them in the only state I've really been to that I've seen these is Michigan, and they're very rare in Michigan. I don't know about, if you go over to Detroit, I think you'll find actually tons of these on their poles, because Detroit's power lines are really old. And, yeah. So, just outside of the town I used to live in, Michigan, I actually just found out that there's a pole there that currently has some of these, so I'll probably go take a snapshot. And, yeah, this doesn't have a brand name, but this one's really nice. This is a nice light brown. It has a really reflective tone, as you can see. You can't really see it on the camera, but with the bare eye, you can actually see, see yourself. Actually, you can kind of see right now, so you can kind of see a mirror reflection. I really like it. And then this actually isn't like rust or any marks. This is actually part of the glaze, which I think is quite interesting. And yeah, this was laying on the ground there, I think, for years. No one's really messed with it. So, and there was a pin insulator, which I'll show in a sec too. Yeah. So I'm happy to have this rare insulator in my collection now. So let me go downstairs. Okay. So now about my next insulator video. Now I know these insulator videos aren't the most popular videos, but nonetheless, I will still talk about them because they are important to me, and I know they are important to at least some of the people who care about my YouTube channel. And so currently, like, I think I may have stated this before, probably not, but our basement is under construction right now. Now, last time you were here, I don't think you saw. I think you saw this side. I have my cross member right here and all that pictures of stuff and bins of insulators. As you can see, we got new walls, new electricity ran down here. We're not even actually finished. We got a frame around the duct. But our basement is in the works right now, and only a portion of my insulators are in here. Some of these insulators, I think actually a couple on the shelf you haven't even seen yet. So I'm not going to spoil them too much. And those are some new ones I got yeah, see, so everything's just scattered around. I really don't have anything organized, and you've seen all these before. And, yeah, since our basement's under construction, I really can't do an insulator collection update video, because the basement is like the best place to do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to do it in the living room. With the amount of insulators I have accumulated over the course of my last video, they will not fit. Maybe when it gets nice out, I will do one outside. But if you guys want me to, just put down in the comments what you want me to do. If you really would like me to do one outside. But it's been really rainy here. It's been warm, but it's been really rainy, so I don't know when that's going to happen. Probably can do it over spring break, but I don't know what my vacation's like. And just so you know, I will be going to another insulator convention, and I think I promised in the last video that I would upload some of my footage from my first one, and I've just been so busy from school, and luckily I'm graduating this year. I will have more time probably to do that soon, but for now that video is gonna not be on the internet. But yeah, I can't do any insulator collection videos in the basement because it's currently in the works. But just so I can keep you updated with that vlog I just took, that multi-piece was connected on a cross member, and this guy right here, which I'm not going to show it too much because it has to be saved for the next video. I got this thing, and this thing was on the ground next to that special insulator, and then those are some insulators you haven't seen before, especially that cutout right there. And that one I'm not going to talk about them because you guys have to wait until my third video, because they need to be kept secret. Or not secret, that was dumb. They need to be kept a surprise, and you haven't seen this one I think yet, until my third video. So yeah, anyway, so there's not really anything else for me to talk about. So yeah, and that insulator is nice. There wasn't really very much to it, but it is very rare and exotic. I don't know why I use that word, but yeah. So anyway, this is Angry Birds Freeze King / the Modern Insulator Collector, and I know it got dark because I'm going upstairs. Signing off.